Well, good day. This is going to be bullets and numbering. Sometimes you have a list like this, 10 things to do before your job interview, and you'll have a little dot in front of each one, and that's called a bullet. I'm going to highlight my list like this, just enough, not too much, and up here's the bullet button. I give it a single click, and poof, I get these little dots in front, and these little dots are called bullets, a bulleted list. Now, you don't have to use little black dots. It has a little drop down arrow next to it. They don't have to be black. They don't have to be circles. You can change into just about any symbol you want. For instance, maybe you want check marks, and you can just rest over check marks and it'll give you an example of what check marks might look like. Or maybe I want circles that are not filled in, like this. Or I can put little pictures like a little computer next to it. Or I can put diamonds like this. There's all kind of choices. And you can even put in your own little pictures. Here's little pictures of Alexander Hamilton. He's on the $10 bill. Here's little pictures of Ulysses S. Grant. He's on the $50 bill. You can put almost any symbol you want. Here's how you do it. You just go down here to the bottom where it says Define New Bullet and give it a click. It says, would you like to put in a symbol or your own picture? Let's look at symbol first. I'll go over to here, symbol, and give it a click. And depending on the font you have, up here where all the fonts are, and oh my gosh, there's just a bazillion fonts, aren't there? Depending on the font you have will determine what symbols you have available. Let's head first to the symbol font. We'll take a look at that one. The symbol font is made up of hundreds of symbols. Let's give it a look. And I can choose any one of these symbols to be my bullet. Let's see what they have here. Anything good? Oh my gosh, you mean I could have hearts for my bullets? Yes. Let's give it a click on hearts and say OK. And then one more OK, and poof, hey look, my bullet list is made up of hearts. You can choose almost any symbol you want. Let me show you where a couple of interesting symbols are. Remember, it's down here under Define New Bullet. Give it a click, and it depends on the font that you're on. So I'll choose symbol, and let's choose the Wingdings font. That's a pretty popular font. Starts with a W. W-I-N-G, Wingdings. There it is. Looks like there's Wingdings 2 and Wingdings 3. Let's just choose regular Wingdings and look around. Boy, there's lots of fonts. I could choose a checkbox with a box around it. And up here, oh my gosh, there's smiley faces, and there's the little computer that I used before. I could put in little telephones. I think I'm going to choose that. Telephones, and I'll say OK. And one more OK, and I'm set. Hey, each one of my bullets is a little telephone. That's interesting. Well, instead of bullets, you could do numbering. Oh, let me show you how to put in the picture. I forgot to show you. I was going to show you how to put in a picture. So I'm going to define a new bullet, and then I'm going to go find a little picture. I'm going to go to picture like this, and then you'll have to have a picture. Now, you could choose a clip art picture. Look at, I imported these two already. These are the clip art pictures that you can choose that Windows has available. They're not all circles, and some of them are textured, and some of them are colored. There's all kinds of choices. Or you can import your own picture. You'd have to have a picture, though. Maybe you got it off the internet or something. Let's pick Alexander the Great. I'll choose Alexander the Great, and I'll say add him. I want to add him to mine. And poof, there he is. I can use this picture as my bullet. I'll say, OK, that's the one I want. OK. And then one more OK, and I'll have my bullet list. And there they are. Boy, it's kind of hard to see, huh? I guess your bullet has to be kind of simple. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to read. Well, that was bullets. Let's go look at numbering. And that's the 1, 2, 3 button. It's sitting there just waiting for you. Let's click it. 1, 2, 3. Now I got a list from 1 to 10. But you don't have to do 1 to 10. You could do ABCs. Look at, there's a little drop-down list. I'm going to click it. And you could say I want capital letters like this. Maybe I want lowercase letters like this. Maybe I want Roman numerals that are capitalized like this. Or lowercase Roman numerals. There's just all kinds of numbering to choose from. I think I'll choose maybe this one, 1, 2, 3, with this little parenthesis after it. I'll give it a click. Now there's one more thing I want to tell you about bullets and numbering, and that is how after each line there's an enter. I entered after each line, and you can see that enter symbol if you use this show hide button. Let me give it a click. And it shows me that somebody pressed enter at the end of every one of these lines. It also shows me other non-printing characters, like the tab character. Let me click right here, and I'm going to press the tab key and watch what happens. I get a little arrow. I'm going to press the tab key again, and I get a little arrow. That shows me that somebody pressed the tab key. Now those little arrows are not going to print. They're called non-printing characters. Let me turn the show hide off, and you can't see them. You don't know there's a tab there. But if I turn the show hide back on, I can say, look, somebody pressed the tab key 4 times. Down here, somebody pressed the space bar 4 times, and I got a little period there, a little, looks like a bullet. I'm going to press space bar, space bar, space bar. That's 3 times. Watch. 1, 2, 3. When you press the space bar, it makes a little non-printing character. And when you press enter, it makes another little non-printing character. It looks like a backwards P. Now if I was to highlight this little backwards P right here, for instance, or let me do this one on number 5. I highlight this one and I'll say, you know what, I want that paragraph marker to be bolded. So I'll click the B for bold, and oh, watch what happens. Now I'll turn the show hide off, and you'll think, geez, why is the 5 bolded and nothing else is bolded? None of the words are bolded, and if I try to highlight just the 5, I can't highlight just the 5. I have to highlight all the numbers. How do you get the bold all enough? Well, what happened was somebody secretly highlighted the paragraph marker and changed the format of the paragraph marker. You see the numbers take their cue from the paragraph marker. So I'll turn the bold off. Now the 5's back to normal. I could change the paragraph marker to, instead of bold, I'll change it to Baskerville Old Face. It'll be something else. Let's change it to Engravers MT. I'll say Engravers MT. Now when I turn off the show hide, all the numbers look the same except for number 5. And I think, how did that happen? All the words look right, but the numbers don't look right. That's because the paragraph marker on the end was somehow formatted. So I'm going to highlight that and change it back to my Baskerville. You could do the same thing with the size, by the way. Let me change the size real quick and you'll see. The 5 changes, but the numbers, the words don't change, just the number and the paragraph marker. So I'm going back to 12 and I'm going back to Baskerville, so they'll all look the same. See if I can find, there it is. It's just out of sight, but good enough. I'll show it to you. Turn the show hide off, and now you know something about bullets and numbering.